Stinky the Third. We also did a lot of asylum hills, which for those of you who don't know, involves running up the big hill outside the boathouse with cinder blocks and logs and 20-pound weights and 5-pound weights over the head, and maybe wrecking balls sometimes. Obstacle courses, kind of. So during our obstacle courses, Emily's versions of obstacle courses, we did things like chug juice and throw eggs at each other. That's always nice. We also did community service, which involved shoveling manure. That was fun, I guess. Junior year. The Core 4. This was the boat that Hannah and I were in last year, along with Haley Lowe and Stephanie Washburn, who are not here anymore. And it was, I think, both of our best race that we've ever had, and it was amazing. And we came in third, and it's still probably my proudest moment at crew, and I'm so glad to have shared it with Hannah. Also, in addition to the Core 4, we had the +5, which included the 3 3B coxswains and 2 injured people. So, it's like the king's boat or something, pretty cool. We also had some one very epic hearts game that lasted 2 regattas. Now, for those of you who don't know, the object of hearts is to win, and the person who gets to 100 points loses first, but we're like, oh, that's no fun, we're crew, we do things like 110%, so why don't we go for the first person who gets to 2,000 points? So, yeah, 2K, right? So I think we got to like 250, so we got our first like starting sequence out of it. The letter C. So, every day during practice last year, while we were rowing, steady state, Emily would come up to us and say, what is steady state? And the answer that she was looking for was either low rates and full pressure or C. And we still don't really know why it was the letter C, but it became kind of a theme of our season. Carpool.
Hey, so Hannah drives me and I to crew. And she's always up for taking us for food when we need it, half days. It's good to eat for crew. She's almost Christ-like in that way. Feeding the masses. She'll take us, anywhere we want, Molly Moons. She's always very selfless in deciding where to go.
Even though Jackie and I argue over it a lot. Okay.
And she's also always up for some listening to Bo Burnham. She gets math humor. It's comedy. It's math humor. I don't really appreciate it, but she does. And we'll eat Swedish fish, which are excellent. And she also bakes for us a lot, which I think is also really sweet.
We sometimes contribute.
Every once in a while. Hannah perseveres. And if it manifested itself in more annoying ways, it could be called stubbornness, but it doesn't. So, if she discovered that her car was missing a hubcap, she decided she had to find said hubcap. So, I think she went down that evening and walked back and forth, and I was part of that. But then the next day, we went back and walked up and down the street. Looking under cars, and behind garbage cans, and in bushes, with a missing hubcap. And when we didn't find it then, some people would have quit. But, not Hannah. So she decided to go into a store and ask if they'd seen her hubcap. And, of course, it was paid off, because what store owner, upon finding a hubcap, wouldn't hide it behind their store? We went through the great debate of whether or not this was actually her hubcap. And it was a replacement, it was plastic. That her put on, yeah. Father put on apparently improperly.
Really does.
Senior year.
So, when we were at San Diego, Owen and I were in a room together, and we discovered that actually something I did not know until then, but she apparently really likes singing the national anthem at random times. That was pretty great.
Okay, so she was in the GV8 with me in San Diego, and Kendra was our coxswain, and it's a water launch, so we were, after our race, we were pulling up to the shore, and we were pretty far out, but Kendra was confident that the ground was in the air. Hannah, being Fausty, is supposed to get out first and pull us in a little bit farther. So Kendra has her hop out of the boat, and Hannah was willing, so she hopped out of the boat, and then just kept going. And up in 17, all I see is like Hannah's head go under and then like pop back up. And she was just like, okay, I'm here, like, I'm ready. She kind of like scared us a little bit, and then Kendra decided that it was shallow enough now, so then she had Gemma and I get out, and it still wasn't shallow enough. Then Gemma and I went under the water. And it was good. Yeah, it was a good memory.
And then coming soon, Hannah is in my 4, and so this is a picture of when it's going to happen. It's going to. So here's our boat. We have passed the finish line. We are all thinking about the lovely gold medals we're going to get, and everyone else is still back there somewhere. Way back, like haven't even started the sprint yet. There's us.
And finally, oh wait, we missed a part. Take your side. Okay, so we have a message for Hannah. Oh, right.
So, thank you to the seniors for giving us a great 4 years, well, 3 years, or 2 years, or 1 year.
And now let's give them all a big round of applause. And now we'd like to welcome up Mrs. DeGroot to present something to the senior class.
Oh, great. It was so amazing. I'm so proud of all of you, the seniors, that good luck, and I think that the underclassmen did a fascinating job. I'm going to be the go-to parent next year, so all of you parents that are not moving on, oh, please come and talk to me, and we can do some planning for next year. And this is a tradition that the senior parents give to the girls that are going away. So if you're starboard or port, you will see that on your little necklace. So we'll just call up your name, and you can come and receive these. Read that name. Petey. This is a gift from the senior parents, and it's a tradition. Yes, you can all line up. Come line up, girls.
Hannah. Jessie. Amelia. Nora. It's an honor. Alex.
This is a huge group, by the way. This is like half the team, I think. but you'll really be missed.
Kenzie.
Not a word of
Alicia. Kaylin.
And then this will be a fabulous photo walk.
Kendra.
We read this too wrong. I like embodies the costume.
The bathtub, you can see in the bathtub.
Oh, Pia. And Emma. Yeah, we will get this. We swing.
That's like half of your one way, the other half like. Calm down.